Yeah, we'll see. Looks like pistol round will be starting here. HS with a, is that a single flashbang, actually? Okay, interesting.
Just one.
Interesting purchase from them, but it's going for an alt mid play, and this is the start that Nordavind needed. It's the one that they wanted. Flash early on, it's able to enable HS. 5v4 situation, but Fnatic knows that the pressure is towards alt mid right now, and they will just be headed towards B. Early Goosh to start, and another one to follow. HS is taken down. That's the kid actually in the smoke right there, and Golden already has such good advanced positioning, but Tensky is able to read that perfectly. 4v3.
Beautiful. Bomb ticking away as Nordavind's try to bide their time, try to coordinate the retake efforts. Grim's able to entertain one player at the very least towards the bottom of Banana, just buying time. Nice tap from Flasher, looking for more. But all the kills are going the way of Nordavind. Now it's up to Brolan, and he definitely has the pistol aim to do this. Flick comes through, but connection is with Hari. And there you go. Nordavind will pick up the pistol, but the bomb was planted, and Fnatic on the T side. Yeah. So what are we going to see here?
Well, if we take anything from the previous game, probably would see the hero buy come out, but Fnatic, they don't actually look to be opting towards that just yet.
Looks like they're going to save probably by next round. And you saw on pistol for Nordavind, a little HS, maybe a miscom, because his teammate in B fell back, and HS was kind of no man's land, just trying to take the fight. And so it's you can see kind of the disconnect of, you know, not being like in a well-established team like Fnatic who've been playing together for years, you know, like that kind of like cohesion and teamwork to know that my teammate's falling back, I'm playing perfectly with them.
That's a dangerous game to play, a car right there. Fnatic didn't actually get pushed back off of this position early on. This is probably what Nordavind was a little bit of a they had some fear that this would happen, that Fnatic would just fight against the utility, and all in all, HP-wise, no team really coming out ahead, but now Fnatic are able to play a contact style towards the site. That's an interesting smoke to come out, but will it even be effective? Harry here boosted at CT, Tensky to support him from coffins now. This might be the meat grinder that Nordavind need. They'll be looking for more kills than that, though. Harry is only able to find one. Tensky needs to stay alive after that frag of his own, but it's a 4v2 situation. Fnatic will get the bomb down once again, but the retake is on.
This is a little bit scary, I have to say, for Nordavind. Flusher looking to find a timing here to poke out, find that headshot with the Deagle. This would be such a critical kill to get. If Flusher gets this kill and the gun, oh, okay, now there's problems. JW picks up a kill towards Graveyard as well, and now it's looking really bad here for Nordavind. It is just JW left, but he's trying to waste more time here, so it looks like maybe they can stabilize after all as he tries to just jiggle and tries to commit towards the kill, but he won't find it. Crimin will survive. That got a little bit hairy. I actually thought it was going to go Fnatic's way, but the trades were there just in the nick of time for Nordavind to hold on. But I felt like they played a pretty dangerous game with their banana hold. I felt like they were a bit more passive than they needed to be.
It's going to get a little wild with Deagles. From long range, you just never know. One dig is all it takes, and you're dead.
Yeah.
You're walking down the street, it's one dig. You're dead. That's how it works, man.
Yeah, that was a little worrying for Nordavind's banana hold, though. They had that molly down, but Flusher just stared at it and said, okay, this isn't going to reach me at the logs.
Yeah.
It's not what you want to see early on. Harry just forcing it, and he'll be taken down early on in this round, so Fnatic find that first kill advantage there. And this is going to be the first round that they actually find the first kill, actually. We'll see if they're able to convert. HS knows that he has to take matters into his own hands a little bit here, trying to secure the apartments, but Fnatic are playing a very patient game.
So I would like Nordavind to have a smoke deeper if they're going to make a play like that, because obviously if they're not there, as you saw, then Harry's just like, hey, I'm out here with the MP9, long range, and banana. So maybe like a more utility, a little bit deeper if you're going to make a play like an aggressive MP9 play.
Yeah, I think the mollies were supposed to connect. I think there was one at the bottom of banana and bottom mid, but there was a little bit of a gap between them. And I think that just shows that Nordavind maybe aren't as well drilled on Inferno as you would hope if you're trying to upset a team like Fnatic. But those are some impressive shots to start things off, and Fnatic will take those. There's just Tensky remaining, and he's in a very difficult situation, being flanked from from Flusha already. And with just 11 HP, it'd be a miracle at this point if Tensky's even able to stay alive. He will be able to find a single kill, so that flank actually won't come to fruition for Fnatic, and he should be able to save this gun into the upcoming round, actually.
I think that's one of my favorite parts about watching Fnatic is you've seen how the match is unfolding, you see them executing here, and then they switch to Flusha, and he's somewhere in their spawn. It's just it's like a surprise. Like, hi, I'm over here. How did I get here? You'll never know. And I think that's what makes him such a dangerous player, is that he's so sneaky. He knows how to position people to make that. He's like a puppet master, marionette, and just all these people are his little subjects.
That is something I've noted as a hallmark of the golden era of Fnatic, that it was kind of something they did before as well, but more so now that it seems like the individual players have so much freedom in the areas that they can lurk and how much pressure that they can create, and how okay and willing Fnatic is to let their players have those kinds of freedoms. I think Crims, Golden, and Flusha, I mean, JW does it early round a lot too, but those three in particular, I would note, is particularly finding themselves in very pesky spots for the opposing teams.
And here we get actually 4 players starting off towards Banana for the Nordavind side to just toss nades. Of course, their buy situation is not really the best. So now they've represented so many players to B. They've now rotated all of those players to A. So, that's kind of the guesswork for Fnatic. But Fnatic don't really seem to care. They're just going to go straight into the B side here. And they're going to find NATO Sapphic stuck at first oranges. And they understand now it indeed was a ruse. Or at the very least, I suppose, it is quite predictable. That's quite a common thing that I've seen, at least. That teams will, throw lots of utility and immediately rotate to try to make you move into where they've rotated by suggesting that that's where there's nobody. But
yeah, it doesn't work out for Nordavind. But we'll see how this retake shapes up here. JW at new box right now. Oh, actually, Harry's able to take down Golden and Banana. That's a huge kill, and it actually goes the way of Nordavind out of nowhere. A very quick retake from them. Just trades going their direction, and that opening kill on a Golden was really everything from them. So good stuff from Nordavind there. Fnatic unable to convert that round. That was a very tough retake for Nordavind, but they still managed.
It's kind of crazy because that should have been a write-off.
Yeah.
In that Fnatic should have had that. They got a 3v1 on the side. They didn't lose anybody, and the B1 side is very difficult to retake when there's that much time for you to set up. But yeah, credit to Nordavind for finding a way to do that. And that really changes the complexion of this one. As we can see, Fnatic's situation on the buy is not going to be optimal. They'll be on some pistols here. Seeing a lot of damage through the smoke as well. Nordavind feeling confident to try to get deep towards Banana.
So I think this is what they're supposed to do. That one cut around, you see Harry or Har pushed up like here. Last time they didn't have this smoke here. But didn't matter anyways.
Oh! Wow. Tensky finding that second kill there while completely blind. That is very nice. And Croman pushing for an even greater advantage in the 4v3 now converts it to a 1v or 4v2. It's just Crims and Brolin that remain, and Crims is working with a Deagle right now. There are some guns that he could retrieve, I think at Banana at least. So I think he will do that in just a moment's time. But Brolin and Crims, they have some decent utility. They could find a way into this bomb site, but right now Nordavind are playing a more A-centric setup. NATO here by himself. He's able to find the kill onto Brolin. It's just Crims that remains that will send the other Nordavind player rotating it on in. And Crims, he doesn't actually even want to deal with that op. Doesn't favor his chances on the contact play. Will just use the rifle. And he has actually a couple of smokes. That could give him a little bit of an avenue into the site. And at the very least, it will force a Nordavind player to rotate on down. But rotated on down, not actually too advanced of a position, is HS. Good stuff from him, and good stuff from Nordavind, all things considered. Tensky at Banana coming up with 2 huge kills to secure that position early on.
One thing I would be worried about if I was Nordavind now is Fnatic starting to deal with Banana in a more serious way with utility. I would kind of love on as a response to Fnatic's next buy round to see Nordavind doing the, there's Astralis retake, the retake utility where you can throw everything from the first barrel on first oranges. You can throw it all off the balcony, the molly, the nades, the HE that is, and the smoke. And that way you're not susceptible to nade damage, and you get a utility advantage as well, which is really awesome. It's very efficient to play like that. And we'll see that in this round, actually, there's it's business as usual. I think Nordavind are showing that they really want to have deep banana control, as much as they can. Some teams don't care about having it all the time, but Nordavind are starting to show that that's their default. And I think you were kind of alluding to that, Maui, earlier. Are they going to try to want to put themselves in that spot where they can play consistently from like a 1-4 type of setup based off of the deep banana control?
Yeah, it's kind of turning the CT side of Inferno into a little bit of an easy mode. Just do you secure banana? Yes. Then 1-4. If no, 3-2. It's kind of a very binary way to approach the map on the defensive side. NATO here at Coffins finds a couple of nice frags.
Ooh.
A 3K for him. Nice little piece as he's able to secure the 5th round for Nordavind there. But yeah, this is where I think my point comes back, where will Nordavind be able to accomplish that off of what you said, Dan, where I think Fnatic will be a little bit more serious about their approach towards that side of the map. They know that if they can upset Nordavind at B, at Banana, take that away from them, it'll put Nordavind in a position that they are clearly not really comfortable, or it's really part of their game plan. They've shown that every single round they just feel like they need that spot.
Yeah. Oh, this is actually a really good way to mix things up. They're going to go aggressive in mid. That's unexpected, but it backfires. It does backfire sometimes, and unfortunately for them, this is one of those times. Only one remains now. HS is going to get caught by Brolan. That was a very fast round, and so we will never really get to see, I think, exactly what we were expecting to. But in that sense, actually, I do love, even though it went terribly badly for Nordavind, I actually love that they threw that in at that precise moment. I think that was actually very unexpected.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the T side of Mirage, where everything was working were those set pieces, just like Banana Control is working on Inferno. Mirror that, and you just need to throw a little bit of a curveball at Fnatic at some point, or else they're going to recognize the fact that you're doing it over and over again. Oh, are they really just going for the same play again?
The double curveball.
This is crazy. Oh my god, JW! And he will get taken down by Tensky, who was lurking above him. Really weird situation, but that's where Fnatic truly thrives, is in the chaos, these mid-round 3v3 situations. Tensky, though, jumps through the smoke, and what a vault from him. It is going to be a 2 versus 2 now after Brolan finds the back of Tensky, and Crims is in moto. So,
He's just chilling up there.
So that's cool, I guess. Fnatic have an avenue, perhaps, but maybe not, because there is just so many lurk kills happening right now. My god, that's the bomb. That, it is recoverable. There's a minute. There's a whole minute for Crims to work. And they don't know where he is. But they know where the bomb is. So this is just, there's so many ways that the CTs could play this. They don't have to both sit on the bomb. And in fact, there you go. NATO is going to abuse the AWP and pick up the round. What a crazy round.
That's a curveball right there.
Yeah, it works on the second try.
If you lose 0 people the round before, or you lose all 5 to Fnatic 0, and you do the exact same thing, they'll never expect it.
That's like rushing B twice in a row on Dust 2. It's just, surely not again, right? Yeah. And
it's actually kind of good, because if you do something, you get completely smashed, the team will expect you to change it up, right?
Of course.
But then you don't change it up, and you play the meta. That's a mind game. It's beautiful.
Cool stuff.
A lot of investment here early on again to Banana from the CT side of Nordavind. And you got to keep your eye on the utility game at all times. The CTs want to play a game where they're always a little bit ahead on the utility if possible. That's the ideal world. It doesn't often ever work out like that, but you can tell the truly expert teams that are able to cut the corners well enough that they don't give up any advantages and still manage to maintain a good amount of smokes and so on. And it depends on the T side too. If T side are pressuring well enough, they will force out the utility. There is a certain threshold where it just kind of has to get thrown as a response eventually when the T's press close enough to the sites. And Fnatic have actually held the pace here. They're not going for an all-out assault on top mid just yet. They're holding their grounds. And I don't know, was that just a blind kill through the smoke?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it was because it's. Oh, we'll hold that thought for just a second. NATO's going banana at banana.
He's performing immaculately with that AWP. He's such a steady pair of hands at the moment.
Yeah, he's been really good, and surprised he hasn't been picked up by other teams in the past. He's always been a solid person in the game. And as your point before that spam smoke, it's not too uncommon to head boost over that arch smoke, and so I'm assuming that Fnatic's like, I'm just going to pre-fire this, hopefully get lucky.
That's a really good point, yeah. That's a really good point. Fnatic having a lot of trouble right now.
And it's wild because it would actually be probably 7-2 in favor of Fnatic if they didn't lose that one post
oh my god.
in the B bomb side.
Wow.
When it was almost a gimme. It should have been a gimme.
Yeah. Well, 4v4 situation. Interesting smoke to smoke off porch, actually. That raises the suspicions of JW, but now he just presses on forward through the smoke himself. Oh, did he just find the timing on Tensky there? That's unbelievable. JW now wrapping up Moto. There's no way that the players in A actually are aware of this, but Tensky will still recover in time to find that kill on him. That looked like it could have really dismantled that A defense there. But it'll be Croman and HS to still hold the line. Croman at Graveyard flashing towards Arch, but that might give up his position actually at the Graveyard spot. Will that be enough though? Croman will connect with 2, and it's just Flusha that remains in a 1v3. This is looking very difficult for him. Does have the bomb, but just really a deagle at this point. He still knows where Croman is towards Graveyard, I think. He's still scouring the area, looking from on top of the balcony, and dropping right on top. He will find one, but only one. HS finds the last. Actually, Croman and HS switch positions at one point, I guess.
This is when you should call a timeout right here. You need to call a timeout. You're down 8-2.
They did that. They did it.
The
Good
momentum is all in favor of Nordavind. I would actually call the timeout after the round that they lost in B, because that's like, it tells me that maybe mentally the team was maybe too confident or maybe a little careless because, you know, they got the easy bomb site, the numbers. It was a force buy for the CTs as well. And like, you got to settle down the team. Be like, guys, relax here for a second, all right? You're a Fnatic, but you're not that Fnatic, you know what I'm saying? You're not that Fnatic. You guys have to earn yourself still. So I would calm them down a little bit, try to limit the run from Nordavind. It's a momentum game.
Yeah, they have a couple options, I guess, with regards to how they deal with Banana. I think that's always going to be a talking point, because Nordavind are winning control around Banana quite a lot, and I think that you can allow the CTs to dump utility and then just retake it. That's like one option you can have. And Sahara is actually going to go straight down. And again, so this is one of those situations where you do have to call the bluff of the CTs every so often and actually flash through this, because sometimes, you know, Hari is not going to be here. It's just going to be one guy. And if you burst through with the smoke with a pop flash and there's only one guy towards B, you've got a really strong shot at countering what they're doing. So, okay. Chroman's boosted up. He's going to find the angle to JW. They're just going to walk up for the top mid take. So this is usually what happens, like, but they're allowing the CTs to kind of dictate to them that, like, the CTs know precisely when the top mid take's coming, more or less. That's kind of one of the issues here.
Shock smoke come out. Good Molotov as well to counter that, but Krim still pushes on forward through it. He's in the archway now, and he may find some ground here. This should catch Nordavind on a rotation perhaps, but going back to B is Fnatic. They go 1-for-1 there, and it's just a solo player to defend. NATO Safix has been heard rotating by Krims at this point, so Krims may find his time to strike. And with 35 seconds remaining, there's actually a chance for Fnatic to back up, but they're being pinned from multiple directions at this point. It's a 3v4 situation. All of the Nordavind players are in the right spots at the right time.
NATO with his game sense right there. He just kept looking back. He expected a person being spawn, and usually people would check maybe a couple times, but then they might kind of just focus on B. But NATO, he was adamant on looking for that flank.
Yeah, he's been been so consistent, actually. Like, without NATO Sapphics being as consistent as he is, this game could look so different. I'd imagine. Like, I don't think he's missed a shot. Like, it's been very impressive to watch him working with this AWP. And once again, you know, we'll see this huge effort towards Banana from the CTs at the beginning of the round, and then they'll fall back out. And Fnatic, they could burst through the top mid smoke here. It's a bit scary, I think. Well, I'll hold that for now, as the challenge will come through. HS will take the first headshot. The spray down is really effective here from the CT side. A 3 versus 2 for them. Additional spray through the smoke is dangerous, especially with those traces, but with Hurry up on Graveyard, ready to deal with the attack onto the site. They're looking pretty good. Now just down to Flusher. He has to clutch this one out for Fnatic. They need this round, but they won't get it. 10-2 there for Nordavind, as once again, they're just running the same stuff over and over, and Fnatic is still just struggling, and it's being dictated to.
Yeah, this is really not the look I expected from Fnatic. I agree that Nordavind, they're not really changing up their formula all too much, other than those aggressive mid plays at one point in this half, and Fnatic haven't really recognized the pacing with which Nordavind is playing, that early banana control into more A-centric setups. And Fnatic, they're having a hard time finding the answers in this game.
I think they're kind of ignoring B too much. I think Fnatic had their successes at B. Well, their one success, or two of them technically, if they would have won that round. But they keep trying to take these A setups, and Nordavind have been doing a pretty good job in spacing and baiting each other and peeking off each other. Because every time you face one, Nordavind, there's two people kind of off-angling off that one person, so it just comes down to an angle game, especially on a map like Inferno, where there's plenty of angles in the middle to work with.
And there's, well, no time to talk about anything remotely interesting except the action as the kills come through at top Banana, and it's looking pretty good actually for Nordavind. Initially, they managed to trade evenly, and they managed to hold their ground. They have better weaponry as well, as Fnatic were on an SMG buy, it seems. A lot of MAC-10s in the hands of the remaining players, and they will reset the situation. I don't know that they have any upgrades really available to them in terms of weaponry, so it might be difficult to try to finish this round with the MAC-10s, but you can't really scoff too much at the MAC-10s. They are pretty damn effective.
Yeah, especially finding trades, which they will have to do on this A bomb site right now. Looks like Croman will be playing the close box position. There is a slight crossfire between him and HS if HS does swing out from the library, but it will be all up to Croman. And this is where the MAC-10s and Tech-9s become so scary, when there are so many players charging up at you. The light exec comes out, and Croman, he's able to find one, looking for more. It will be Crims with just low HP, and Croman and HS are able to connect and find those 3 kills rather cleanly.
So one of the things I was going to mention for Fnatic's sake is that when you're up against a team that's playing really heavy banana at the beginning of the round, and they're often playing 3 players there, you can get like a timing attack by just basically rushing the A side of the map where there's only 2 players, because usually those 2 players can often be split up as well. They're not going to be at that time of the round playing like a 2-man setup like pit and side crossfires and stuff like that necessarily. The other way to abuse it is to just play really slow and just capitalize on the fact that they spent a lot of utility at the beginning of the round, and then you can retake the map for much less cost. So those are like the 2 answers, clear answers, but we'll see a progression of Banana here from Fnatic. They're trying to avoid giving it away for free completely, and there are still 3 players here for Nordavind trying to hold on to this position. As Fnatic start to, like, they're running their default here. They're still working on that mid control as they work on this banana pressure, and it looks like Nordavind give up banana.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I would agree that those are generally the 2 counters that I see, either late B to control or just kind of a fast A play. And Golden just, as you were saying that, just ran through Molotovs, got the half wall. It's a little bit unorthodox, but sometimes it's the approach that Fnatic takes.
Sensi looking for a play ahead of the smoke, and they jump straight through into his M4, but he only finds a single kill. They're going to wrap around towards the B split as they try to make their way into that B side. They've got 40 seconds, plenty of time. However, they may get slowed down here if they're not too careful. You can see Crims is assessing the situation towards Archers and might actually double things back, as NATO will deal with Flusher towards that B-bomb site. And again, NATO's been indomitable with that AWP, so you don't want to mess with him. And Hari's going to, in a very exposed position, had no idea that he was going to get taken down from there. But speaking of which, HS will gun down Crimson JW. And look at this, 12-2. This is getting, well, this is out of hand. This is it's so out of hand.
I don't know whether he shot him through the wall. I guess he shot him through the pillar or something. Okay, never mind. I think that kill on Harry was. I'm not sure where the wall bang part of it came from. Is all. Yeah.
If it helps you, I didn't remember the kill.
He was standing on top of like one of the side boxes. Yeah, it was kind of odd. Peculiar.
Yeah, it's no worries. Still the same result regardless. Nordavind able to pick up their 12. This is a dominant half on Fnatic's map pick.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I expected a better half on the CT side for Nordavind, but I didn't expect this. And it almost feels like, you know, Fnatic at this point as well are probably a little bit frustrated, I would imagine. They're just trying to be quite aggressive. JW's found a very forward position. This could be a way to win a round. Ooh, he slightly missed his first timing there, but he does manage to recover the kill and actually escape into, well, just for a moment into library before being taken down. So leaving golden, and that's a wrap. 13-2. A very dominant first half here from Nordavind, and maybe this series isn't over just yet.
After a dominant first half from Nordavind, probably surprising Fnatic and us in the studio, it will be Fnatic on the defensive side of their map pick, by the way. This is not the result we expected, but it's not over just yet.
It's never over until it's over.
I was gonna say, it's an interminable game.
I think, like, I've been using the word historically a lot. I don't know what's going on with me, but it's Swedish lineups on this map, like NIP and Fnatic. This was always such a comfort pick for them. Like, always so comfortable. And they always were able to play so passively and so well on the CT sides. So I could absolutely see this turning around. But, I mean, I hope so, because I want to see a close game. And I think it would be really sick if we actually see that. So we'll see if that can happen. And starts with the pistol and into the B play. It's looking pretty damn good to begin with. It's only one kill coming out from Fnatic on the defense, and the bomb will go down. Flusher needs to get a few cheeky headshots from the construction position. It might be rather difficult to do, though. Brolan, if he can win this fight here, apply the pressure from Banana, maybe it becomes possible, but he goes down. So 2 versus 4 now. And the clutch factor for Crimson Flusher needs to start to really intensify, because they've got to do it all by themselves here, and it's not going to be easy. They start to make their way forwards. It's just Flusher, and he's going to get annihilated as well. And it seems like there's no wind in the sails for Fnatic. Seems like that the ship is taking water on pretty quickly at this point. And they will soon sink to the bottom of the ocean.
This is not the usual look from Fnatic. If they, I would say the first game was quite a convincing victory. To come out in the second game as flat as this is really surprising. Usually would see the veterans just continue their form into that game 2, usually close it out in 2. I'm sure that's what most of us were expecting. But Nordavind have shown a lot of life, and Fnatic maybe not coming up with the answers that we would have expected. The control on the map has just been all in favor of Nordavind, whether it's towards Banana or Bracket. Take your pick, Fnatic, and Nordavind was there to stop you in your tracks.
Too much snooze. You're getting lightheaded. I need to step back.
This is how it could start. JW does get a kill towards Arch. Oh, there we go. Crim's able to finish off that one. Onto Hari. Just the 1-for-1 though. Oh, the CZ comes into play from Brolan. He's still alive towards Pit. Almost a second. Tensky's low. That's a big kill to find. And Flusher, he can do this. He's picked up a Galil as well, so he's certainly got the firepower to accomplish this. Difficult positions to work with, though. One in Graveyard. Can he find a way to deal with this? So hard to, like, so much guesswork when you're moving into these positions, and it's like, again, like, do you look 90 degrees right or 90 degrees left?
Yeah.
There, it's just so hard. It's so hard.
That's oftentimes the decision I make as I play Valorant. Which corner do I check?
Yeah, it's so difficult.
50-50.
Yeah.
That's why you play Omen. You just smoke everything. Teleport. Everything's fine.
I just bait my teammates.
I'm sure Flusha wishes he could do that.
Pad my stats. Pad my stats. You know.
Yeah. Looks like Nordavind might close this out rather quickly. Good start from them here in this half. JW wants to get that scoped weapon involved, though, looking for the fight down mid. He actually finds the tag, but will he find the kill? He does. A nice 5v4 advantage taken, but they were able to find one in the last round. This time around, though, Nordavind won't be as quick with the trade. So it looks like it will be a Hall's approach from these two players, but the bomb is towards Banana, so likely we'll see a little bit more control on that side of the map being taken first. 4v4 situation now, and looking for more is Tensky. He's able to find a player on the A site as well. Very nice kill from him. And with this 4v3, Nordavind, they look to seal Inferno and move on to Overpass here, but still more round to be played.
Yeah, it's crazy too because, I don't know, Fnatic, I feel like I expected to see more individual shenanigans than we have seen as well. In terms of, there's like Brolan's left or Golden's left with a Deagle, and they have a round where they get 3 crazy headshots, even if it's just like 1 round and a half. I feel like we haven't really seen anyone from Fnatic really going crazy in terms of like having 1 or 2 rounds where they really perform to maybe lift the morale of the team, really change the complexion of the game. But the game is not over just yet. And they will creep towards retake positions. First is construction control, perhaps. But Golden's looking to see if he can get something as this smoke disappears. And now it's dissipated, and JW picks up a kill. Maybe if Golden can find a headshot, things could work out here, but looks like that's going to be a wrap. 16-2, and Nordavind will just completely crush Fnatic in unexpected fashion.
Yeah, that was wild. And we were talking about on Fnatic's T side, where were the Hall pops, where were the B takes, or maybe even an A rush in general to kind of mix it up. There's kind of, it looked like they weren't even going that hard in the map. Like they're just, we're here. Let's have a good time. Why not?
Yeah, it felt like Fnatic were just kind of going through the motions, and when the motions weren't working, they just kept on trying them. And not the adaptations we expected from the team, but we will be headed to Overpass next. That will be the decider here to see who moves on in the regional qualifier.